What is up, party ponies? Scarlet Fury here with another vlog slash demo slash explanation slash I don't know what you would call these videos. They're basically educational videos on autism and me, part 2. So you may notice I don't have my webcam up. That's because I want you guys to focus on my explanations, and in this case I'm using Krita. It's a free drawing software and my drawing tablet, because we're going to be talking about something that is pretty heavily relatable and pretty heavily tied into both autism and bipolar 2, specifically energy levels. So what do I mean by energy levels? Essentially, energy levels is the amount of energy that you may have for a given day, how much energy specific tasks will take to do, and how that affects us people with autism or bipolar. This is based off my own personal experiences. For everyone on the spectrum, it might be completely different. For someone else with just bipolar, it might be completely different. For someone with just autism, it might be completely different. So this is just how it works for me. Hopefully this explanation and demonstration will give you a good idea of what it's like to go through life with these conditions, and or whether it's a good or a bad thing. It depends. You never know. So hopefully this will all help, but here we go. So let's just say for an average day, I start off with 500 energy points. And then for a wonderfully amazing day, suppose I start out with 1,000 energy points. For a day in burnout or shutdown, say I start with a mere 100 points. Each time I go beyond my energy points, it shakes my mental, physical, and emotional soda bottle. So I have this soda bottle from World of Goo here. So every time I go beyond that, it shakes it, and the pressure inside builds. Once I shake it around 10 times, it'll start to overflow with fizz. 20 times, the bottle is spraying all over, or the can in this case. 50 times, and it just explodes, and I either enter an irritable meltdown or withdrawn shutdown. 100 times, and it's basically just complete burnout, and I need time to recover. Now, this is just the way I've found helps sort of describe and explain things, but let's go into more depth here. Specifically, let's start out with the bipolar explanations. Let me create a new layer here. So, for bipolar disorder, energy levels can vary over a longer period of time. I like to describe it as a roller coaster. Let's say you start off here. This is your normal mood level. Let's say, oh no, you're depressed, you crash, your energy level's pretty low, you're tanking, your mood is low, you have a lack of motivation, a lack of energy, a lack of physical ability to do things. And then let's say, oh, things start getting better, and then all of a sudden, whoa, you're entering a hypomanic state. Your energy level's a little elevated, you are taking a little bit more risks, you're irritable or inspired and have all sorts of crazy ideas, and you're doing a lot more than normal. These periods of time, let's say the normal time is about 10 days. This is just an example. And let's say your depressed time is about 2 weeks. And let's say your next normal time is 20 days. And let's say your hypomanic state is 4 days. These are pretty common numbers, actually. Because, like, depression has to last at least 2 weeks, and hypomania has to last at least 4 days. You'll notice these are pretty broad periods of time. They're pretty lengthy. In this case, it's not like I'm going to be switching mood rapidly. It's not like I'm going to be going, 2 hours pass, and then all of a sudden I'm hypomanic, and then an hour I'm normal. No. This is more the bipolar side of things. So this is more the bipolar, hopefully you can read my writing, 2 side of things. If it was bipolar 1, then you would have a larger, more manic state, and that can last up to a week. And that would be really high levels of energy. So that's the essentials with this in bipolar. There we go. Cool. That's the quick way to do that. All right. Now, for autism, this can vary from hour to hour or even minute to minute. And that's because us people with autism tend to experience emotions and senses and stimuli at a much more intense level. And it's not just, and bipolar does too, but again, it lasts over a longer period of time. With autism, it could look more like this. with these periods being like, oh, 9 a.m. Yay, I'm normal. Oh, 10 a.m. I've got ideas. And then, oh no, 2 p.m. my best friend told me something nasty and I'm depressed. It can vary very quickly. So that's what we're going to be talking about mostly. Although, if this helps in any regards with bipolar as well, please let me know in the comments below. This is just my own explanations, my own examples that I'm working through. Alright, so let's talk about an average day for me. An average day. Just your everyday, normal amount of energy. So let's say I have 500 energy points. And let's say I'm waking up. Alright, well, waking up will take me 5 points. So I'm waking up. And then, oh, let's say I have to brush my teeth. That's another 8 points. Alright. Not too bad so far. Pretty minimal in comparison to the 500 points we've got to work with. Let's say I also need to take a shower. Well, there's another 5 points. Let's say I need to shave. Shaving for me is a big sensory overload. This takes me a lot of effort and a lot of time, and I have to plan it out very carefully. This, let's say, takes 50 points for my average day. Okay, that's a little bit more taxing. Let's say I'm editing a video. Alright, well, editing a video, it depends. For me, it can either be a very good thing that helps me de-stress and decompress, or it can be a very overwhelming thing if I'm working really hard on it. So let's just say, in this particular average day, it's a good thing. So that would subtract 20 points of energy, because that's an interest of mine. It's a special interest. It's something I'm passionate about. That's something I'm really interested in doing. But oh no, let's say I have a tutoring shift at work. Oh, that's going to take a good 40 points of energy. And you can start to see it varies throughout the day, and different tasks will add, different tasks will subtract, and overall we're going to get a total. But let's keep going throughout the day. Let's say to get to tutoring, I had to drive through construction and rush hour traffic. Oh gosh, that's overwhelming. That's gonna take 80 points of energy. Whew, that's a lot there. And let's say on the way back, it was normal traffic. So that's gonna take, let's say, 30 points. Let me get my calculator up and figure out what level of energy we're at right now. So calculator. Let's see. So we've got 5, 8, 5, 50 minus 20 plus 40 plus 80 plus 30. Oh, we're at about 200 points of energy, specifically 198 so far. So this is a pretty normal, pretty good day. This is pretty average. Let's say that I also have to do some chores. Let's say I'm scooping the litter box. Okay, that'll take another 25 points. Let's say, oh, I also have to wash dishes. Oh dear, washing dishes. Well, that's gonna take another 30 points. Let's say I'm chatting with close friends. Now, again, this can vary. This can either help me a lot or drain me a lot. In this case, let's say it's draining because I'm tired after work, and so I'm voice calling with close friends, that's like 20 points. Let's say I'm also chatting with friends on Discord, that's another 15 points. And let's say, oh no, the cat decided to throw up somewhere. Oh gosh, that's an overstimulating smell and visual. That's gonna cost me 150 points. Oops, that should be a plus. 150 points of energy on an average day. Well, let's update our totals again. Take a look at this calculator. So now we've got another 25, 30, 20, 15, and 150. Oh, we're approaching our limit here. This is 438 points. So this is a pretty average day. This is a day where, oh, things were good, things were bad. Overall, it's a wash. I can handle this kind of day. Let's take a look at what happens if it's an amazing day. See, if it's an amazing day, let's say it's a wonderfully amazing day. Wonderful day. On a wonderful day, let's say I'm going to a pony convention and I'm just fired up, I'm inspired, I'm with the people that I love, and it's going great. So that might give me, 1,000 points to work with. Alright, well, let's say I'm first things first, I have to get up pretty early. Well, normally that would take a lot of energy, but that's only going to take 5 this time. Let's say I have to drive to the airport. Oh, well, the airport probably has some construction zones on the way. Yeah, it's maybe 15 points this time because, again, it's a wonderful day. I'm excited. Let's say my flight's delayed. Ooh, okay, that's gonna mess up the schedule a bit. Oh, that's gonna probably take a good 100 points there. Let's say I still get to the con with plenty of time. I'm checking into the hotel, getting my bags up to my room. That takes some physical energy. Let's say that takes about 50. I'm kind of making these numbers up on the fly because I have a guide, but I'm making up some of these other numbers as we go because this is a special case. All right, let's say, oh my gosh, I forgot to charge my phone and so it died. Okay, that's another 100 points. But let's say there's some good stuff that starts happening. Ooh, look, I got to meet a friend that I hadn't seen in forever. Oh my gosh, that's an amazing re-energizing activity. That subtracts 100, so that's kind of a wash. Let's say, ooh, we're going to watch Blue Brony's concert tonight. Ooh, that's another 200 points lost because, oh man, I love listening to his music. Let's say, oh no, I realized my bank account's a little low on money. That's going to be a little bit of stress. Let's say that's another 500 points of stress because now I got a budget for the convention. And you can see how this stuff starts fluctuating. Let's actually calculate that specific example here. So we've got 5 plus 15 plus 100 plus 50 plus 100 minus 100 minus 200 plus 500. Still 470. You'll notice, in this particular case, I've got a lot of room to spare. It's 530. 530. That's still really good. That's still a lot to work with. So that kind of day would probably re-energize me. I'd probably be golden. I'd probably be having a great time. But not every day is like that. Let's say I have a really bad day. A day where I'm just dragging energy levels, lacking stuff, and it's a tough day. Let's say I'm in burnout or shutdown. So let's say this is a day where I'm a little bit shut down. Shutdown day. Okay, tasks are gonna cost twice as much, if not more, because I'm really, really overstimulated or overwhelmed by life in general. So let's see how this looks. Waking up. Okay, that's gonna cost 10 points. It's gonna take me more effort to get up on a day like this. Taking a shower. Ooh, that's gonna take another 10 points. Oh, and I forgot to mention the total. Let's say for a shutdown day, I only have 100 points to work with. Yikes. That's not a lot. let's say, oh, okay, I gotta go get a haircut at the barber. Well, that's gonna take about 50 points, but I also gotta drive there. Okay, driving, well, it's normal traffic, so that's 60 points. You can already tell, uh-oh. Oh no, we're over 100 points. 10, 20, 70, plus 60. Ooh, that's 130 points. Well, shake the can. Oops, I'm shaking the, the points. Shake the can. Woo! Well, it's starting to fizz a little. It's starting to fizz. That's not good. That's not a good thing. Oops, change the opacity of the can. It's starting to fizz a little. Stuff is starting to form on the top there. Not good. Well, let's keep going throughout the day. Let's say, oh no, my mom wanted me to go pick up some groceries at King Soopers, and I'm on the opposite side of town, so I gotta go to a King Soopers that I'm not normally used to, so I gotta look it up on Google Maps. All of that stuff's gonna add up. Let's see, that's probably gonna add, let's say, it's a new place, so that's 100. And then, oh my goodness, I'm doing a new thing. That's another 100. Oh no, I gotta talk to strangers and a clerk that I'm not familiar with. Oh no, that's another 100. I gotta make small talk. That's another 50. You can see this can start to really escalate. So, what are we at here? This is 230, 280, 480. Oof. That's shaking the can 4 more times. So stuff is starting to spew out a bit. And you can kind of understand how this sort of builds up over time. And remember what I said at the beginning of the video? If I shake it around 10 times, it starts to overflow 20 times and the bottle's spraying all over. Well, we haven't exactly reached that yet, but this is just an example. So I'm just gonna say, okay, it's starting to get really bad. You can kind of start to see how all this stuff adds up and builds up over time, and this is what it's like living with this. Because, again, there can be good things that take away things. Like, after a day like this, ooh, I would probably want to just take a nap or work on a project or a special interest of some sort just to decompress, relax, take a breather. And that would slowly start to reset all these numbers. But if I was unable to do that because the demands of life just kept adding and piling stuff on top of it, then I might enter a shutdown or a burnout, actually. In this case, since I'm already having a shutdown day, it would probably end up being a burnout if that happened. Well, burnout would basically make it to the point where, okay, nobody interact with me. I'm just gonna lay in my bed, pull the covers over my face and my body, and just sort of nobody make any loud noise, nobody disturb me. I need time to myself. And that could take a whole day, it could take a couple days, it could take a couple hours. It really depends on the severity of the situation. Alright, that was a lot to cover. Hopefully it makes sense. The video is a little long. I apologize for that, but hopefully this sort of gave you an idea what it's like for me at various times. Now, I may have mentioned specific tasks or stuff that would lead me to... that would spend more energy points for me. But I'm going to go over that in more detail in other videos. Like, more detail about what specific situations or specific circumstances or tasks would make me get overwhelmed and what that feels like. Because that's its own separate topic. Anyways, if this helped you guys in any manner, please leave a like, comment, rate, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on more of these videos, and hopefully this helps you understand other people who struggle with this stuff as well. I shall see you guys in the next video. Talk to you party ponies later. Bye.